see me rolling.
Hi everyone, hope you're all well. Last week was Feeding Tube Awareness Week. It ran from the 4th of February till the 8th of February. And it's a day to just, or a week, to just spread awareness of feeding tubes, what they are, internal feeding, and just why they are needed, why people use them. So I've mentioned this in my video, Me and My Disability, before, but if you've not seen that video, you won't know that I actually use a feeding tube myself. It is surgically inserted into my stomach. Nothing's on show, so if you just see me in the street or see me in these videos, you wouldn't know that unless I said. So I just wanted to do this video to help spread that awareness, and on social media during the week I asked people to send me their questions for me to answer about my feeding tube. And I'm also going to include questions that I've been asked just in my daily life. So my first question that I have written down is, do you eat? And the answer to that is yes. I do eat, but not that much. With a feeding tube, everyone is different. Some people have them because they're nil by mouth, meaning due to maybe muscle weakness or other things, they aren't able to eat at all. I'm fortunate that I am able to eat, but I just don't eat that much. Like, I get full very quickly. Of course, I'm quite small, so I do have a smaller stomach, so I'm not able to eat a lot. On average, I would say if I'm really hungry, I might eat like, I don't know, half of what the average person would eat. If I go out for a meal, I usually just have a starter, and even that is too much for me. So say you have, I don't know, 8 breaded mushrooms if you're out for a meal, I would probably eat 4 of them. Or for example, chicken nuggets from McDonald's. On my average day, I would only eat 3 of them when you get 6 chicken nuggets as a meal. Well, not meal, I don't even order the meals because chips and chicken nuggets is just too much for me. So on average, I would only eat 3 out of 6 of those chicken nuggets. Although if I'm watching a movie or I'm like distracted by something else, I would usually eat the 6 of them. But that's really on the very rare occasion. So yeah, like, it just depends. I eat little and often, so I'll have my lunch and then I'll maybe have a little snack about an hour or 2 later. It also just depends how I'm feeling that day. So basically, the answer to the question is yes, I do eat, but not the same as an average person. So why do I have a feeding tube then? That's the next question. I don't hold the nutrients from food as well as other people do, and obviously I don't eat a lot, so I have feeding tubes just to give me those extra nutrients that I don't take during the day. I only have a feed at night time. I don't have any during the day unless I'm really unwell. But if I don't have that feed at night time, I am ill the next day. So it's really important, these feeds, for my day-to-day life. If I didn't have them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. And yeah, that is basically why I have them. They're really important for so many people, not just me. But I know personally, if I don't have my feed, then I am like definitely going to be in bed the next day, feeling unwell and having what I didn't have overnight. So they're very important. I have been asked this question a few times in my day-to-day life. Do you feel it when you get fed? Now, obviously, I've just said I have my feed overnight, so I'm asleep. I don't really feel much. I go to sleep and then I wake up and I'm full. It's really annoying because every time I go to bed, I'm hungry. Like, it's just I start talking about food, like, if my carers are putting me to bed, we end up getting on the subject of what they're having for tea or what they're having when they go home. Just like different foods that we like. It's so annoying. I always tell myself, stop speaking about food, you're ready to go to bed, but it still happens. So obviously I don't feel it overnight. I go to bed hungry, I'm full in the morning, I don't eat breakfast, so because I'm full. But then during my feed I get a flush, and before the feed and after the feed. So this is just a flush of water to make sure there is nothing in the tube that will distract with the feed, and also in the morning to make sure my tube is clear of any feed that I have had. Now when I have this flush, I do feel it just here in my throat. It's a really weird feeling. My tube is way down in my stomach. I don't know why I feel it in my throat, but I just do feel this cold sensation. It's really strange. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's all I feel when I get my feed. I just feel this cold sensation in my throat. The flush goes through like as one, so I have about 60 mils at night, so it's just 60 straight away, whereas at night for the feed I get it gradually, so I get about 57 mils every hour, so every few minutes I get a little bit of feed, so I don't really feel that. It's not as powerful as the flush. So the next question, as well as water, obviously, can I take anything else through my feeding tube? Now, I'm not sure what the health and safety or things are for what can go down the tube. I know for certain you're not allowed alcohol down the tube. That is just dangerous. You should never do that because it's going straight into your tummy. It's not getting absorbed by your blood, or I'm not doing it biology, but basically it's dangerous. But in my feeding tube I can have meditation if I want to. If I don't like the taste of something, I always try and put it down my tube. Now if meditation is grainy, then I can't put that down the tube just because it would bloat it. But if it's like smooth and not too thick, I can put it down my tube, which is honestly one of the best benefits of having a feeding tube. It means you don't have to taste any disgusting medication or anything like that. It's amazing. But also I can put like fizzy juices down my tube. I don't do this that often, like I hardly do it at all. But say I didn't have my feed overnight and I was feeling not so good the next day, but I needed to get up and go somewhere, I can put iron brew down my tube. It honestly works. It makes me feel so much better just to get that little bit of sugar to give me a boost. Now obviously I still need to eat during the day, so that's not going to help me for the rest of the day, but it does give you that nice little boost to get you through the morning. I also use fizzy juice maybe sometimes if the tube's blocked. It interacts with the bloatage. I don't know how, but it just dissolves it and helps unblock the feeding tube. I've also heard that bicarbonate soda helps with that too. Never tried it. Well, no, actually, sorry. I have tried it when I was younger, But I heard recently that you're maybe not meant to do that, so I'm not sure. But I have done that previously to unblock a feeding tube. That's mainly if I have had a medication that has caused problems. You need to try and unblock it. I don't try and block the tube though. I try to avoid this as much as I can, because if I block the tube and I don't have a spare one, it means I might need to get a nasal gastric tube, which is something that I hate. If you've not seen my video of me and my disability, I will leave it above and below. When I was 8 years old, this is when I first got my feeding tube, and I got a nasal gastric tube, which goes through your nose, down your throat, and into your stomach. Now, it's the worst experience I've ever had. I know some people need it, and I honestly admire them, the bravery that they must go through getting this changed, because it was one of the worst experiences I've ever been through. It just feels like it's going right up to your brain, and I hate anything that goes near my nose now, just because I just get this horrible feeling in my body. And as I said, I admire the bravery that people go through having these, but when I see them when I'm out, I just feel this city way, because I know what it feels like and I just don't like it. So having my nasal gastric tube was probably one of the worst medical experiences that I've ever been through, but it did help. I needed it. I wouldn't be here probably if I didn't have that at that point in time. So I had to have it. It helped me so much, but I'm so glad that I have this other feeding tube now. Actually, I've not mentioned the tube that I have just now is called a gastrostomy tube, which is in my tummy, as I've said. Now, I've been asked the next question: do you have any tube related life hacks? And I've been thinking about this one, and I just can't really think of anything. Like, it's there, it's something that I kinda am used to now. I don't really notice it that much unless it hurts, or it does. I do have a lot of problems with my feeding tube. It leaks a lot. I have to wear dressings for it. So I think the only thing I would say is, if there's a problem with your tube, get help. The nurses that I know are great with finding dressings and things, and you know your body, so you know what works best for you and what doesn't. And I think that's really it. Obviously, because I wear dressings, I carry these dressings around everywhere I go, just in case I need them. And yeah, just probably my life hack, which I've only learnt recently, is don't be embarrassed by your feeding tube. It's there to help you. You need it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. So embrace it. That's probably a life hack, I would say. But yeah, I don't really know any life hacks. If anyone does have any life hacks for feeding tubes, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear what different life hacks people have. My next question is, what are your favourite feeding tube accessories? Do you have tube pads or clips? Now, I only saw these recently. I didn't know any of this existed, but I don't have any. As I've mentioned, I wear dressings, so this is basically all I wear for my tube. I have to wear them, so I don't have any pads. They do look cute. I do wish that I was able to wear them, but I just get really self-conscious about my tube getting caught on clothes and things like that, so I like to cover it up. But if I didn't have to wear dresses and if I didn't like to cover it up, I probably would wear those tube pads. In regards to the clips, I don't wear the actual tube attached to my gastrostomy throughout the day. I don't really need bolus feeds, which are feeds that I have during the day if I was ill. Some people have them every day, but I don't need to have these, so I don't have any clips that I need to put the tube on or anything like that, but they're really handy. I have seen them, and they would be handy if ever I did need to wear the tube during the day, so I will keep that in mind when I do need to. So yeah, why do I wear dressings? As I've mentioned, my peg leaks a lot. They say it's the shape of my body. I don't know, so surely I'm not the only one that has spinal scoliosis and a feeding tube, but it's just something that I've gotten used to. I've had my tube now for over 10 years, and it's just something that's always happened. So yeah, I wear them to protect my skin, to protect my clothes if my peg does leak, and just to protect myself. Like, obviously, if it leaks if I'm out and about, I don't want the embarrassment of it showing. And I also wear them for protection of clothes, like the peg getting caught on clothes. And loads of people don't wear them. I know a lot of people that don't wear dressings, but it's just my preference, and I've always been like that, so I can't really see that changing in my lifetime. But that's why I wear it. Just protection of clothes, for leakage, protection of my skin, and protection of it getting caught on things. And the next question is, what feed do I have? So I've got some of my feed here, which I shall show you. So this, if I can lift it up, I don't know if you can see that. This is called Pediasure. I have the child's versions of feed just because of my body size. So there's 200 mils in this. I have the vanilla flavour, not that it matters because I don't taste it anyway. So I have 200 of this in the evening, along with, if I can lift this one up, it's really heavy. Ugh. Got this. It's called Tangini multi-fiber. Again, it's the children's version, and I have, this is 600 mils, no, this is 500 mils, sorry, but I have only 400 of it. Just that's the measurements that I have. So these are the two that I have. Lift this one up at night time. So I have these two at night time, and then just my flush of water. This is what I've always really had. The measurements have changed, but what I have has never changed. And yeah, they're both vanilla, but I can't taste them. I wouldn't want to taste them. It smells. It does smell really bad. Obviously it goes into my tummy, and I can't smell it when it's in the container. But see, if this leaks like on the floor, or if the carers are like making it up in the evening, if they spill it, you can definitely smell this. And I've spoken to other people recently about their feeds, and they've said the same thing. They really need to make nicer smelling feeds. I'm just saying. Like that's something that should happen. So yeah, that's what I have, and I'll just put it down there just now. And the final question is, do you wish you didn't have your feeding tube? Now this is a difficult question because I do have a lot of problems with my feeding tube, leakage being the biggest one, and it does put me down sometimes, those sorts of problems. But as I've mentioned, I wouldn't be here if I didn't have my feeding tube. It's a part of me now. I know I'm always going to have it, and it allows me to live my life the way that I want to. It gives me the energy to do what I do. Having these feeds is essential to my day-to-day life, and I wouldn't have that any other way. Of course, I wish I could eat a lot more. I love the taste of many foods, and that's what I'm appreciative of as well, that I am able to still eat. But these feeds, even though they probably taste disgusting and they smell horrible, I need them, and that's not going to change. And I appreciate the feeding tubes of the world. That sounds weird, but I just appreciate the invention of feeding tubes and how they help so many people live the lives that they want to. I would not like to have the feeding tube, but it does what it's meant to do, and I appreciate all of that. So I really hope you enjoyed this little Q&A video. It's gone a bit dull now outside, so this ring light is really helping me. Looks a bit white, and I'm just glad I have a ring light now. But if you have a feeding tube, and if you would like to answer any questions that I've spoke about today, or like I said, have any life related hacks that you would like to share, please leave a comment below. I am going to try and do more awareness of feeding tubes, because it is quite an important thing to speak about, like I said. And I am starting to become more not aware, but become more, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't really care. What am I wanting to say here? I'm becoming less ashamed of my feeding tube. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say here. It's part of me, and yeah, it's what I need. And awareness does need to be shown for feeding tubes. So I will try and show more of that during my videos. And in the summer, not be ashamed to wear a crop top and show off my feeding tube. I think it's more the fact I wear lots of dressings, so with the feeding tube you don't actually see it under all the dressings, you just see this bandage on my stomach. And I think that's more what I'm ashamed of, because I'm such a small person, then these dressings are massive, but that's all you see. So maybe that's more what I need to learn to embrace. But yeah, don't forget to like this video if you've liked this little Q&A, and as I said, I will try and do more videos on feeding tube awareness, so please subscribe to my channel and stick around for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, like I've said before, and I shall see you real soon. Bye.